Hello and happy 9th of August, the day after 8/8 in the Lionsgate. I wanted to catch up on this week's events. Before I do, I want to share a really fun thing I was doing this morning. So Chloe, one of my clients, students on my Higher Self Foundational training, and dear friend, um, we're both Star Wars fans, and we were chatting, and I was like, I should do like a Star Wars meditation. So I remember my son and his cousin were watching one of the Star Wars movies in our caravan last week, and it's like they meditate quite a lot in the Star Wars movies. And it never really occurred to me that I could do like different themed meditations and it'd be fun. Plus Yoda, I love doing Yoda impressions, um, and C-3PO, not so amazing at Wookiee impersonations, and also Darth Vader. That's a lot of fun as well. So I did do the first one I did was. Just a Jedi Master meditation. So it's very much, working with the Force and connecting with it, and force fields, and really enhancing and theming the different practices. Like it's an actual meditation. You can use it. It's safe to use. And yeah, the Jedi Master one is really good. And we use a lightsaber instead of just a light sword to remove anything from the dark side that doesn't serve your highest good. So that was a lot of fun to create. And then even more fun, but maybe a little less serious, also perfectly safe to use, is the new Yoda meditation. I'm gonna not give you any spoilers about my Yoda meditation and my impression of him. Maybe I'll do a laugh or something, but it is so much fun creating these things. And yeah, if you have requests or ideas for, it doesn't need to be just sci-fi, but I love to do meditations and create them with different themes, and I feel like it's a whole new area of my website waiting to, and meditation libraries to be developed. So that was this morning's fun. And it's quite funny because so today it's been a really busy week, so I'm taking today off and tomorrow, and although I've been creating meditations, like I chose that over some other music fun I was planning, so it felt more fun to speak like Yoda for a few minutes without losing my voice. So yeah, taking today off, we're going camping, so off-grid camping, down further south. Probably my wife and son and I and Patch the dog. And this time I'm going to remember all of the bits of the parts of the bed for my son, because yes, last time we went, I forgot it and we had to head home, so that was embarrassing. And so I owe my son, excuse me, and the family that my voice is recovering from minutes of speaking like Yoda. There's a really beautiful butterfly. Thank you to everyone that came along to the quantum energy healings and clearings at Lionsgate yesterday. It was just so magical. There's some birds up there too. And yeah, so many of you, I think we ran for just over 2 hours, and so many of you gave donations, and it was just truly humbling. As I said in the session itself, my wife, my family and I were just also grateful for all your love and support. They all always ask me just before I do these live streams, and then just after, like how they went, how do people respond. Excuse me, Patch. Just picking up what dogs put on the ground. Trying not to get it on camera. And yeah, it was amazing to help so many of you yesterday. I feel like the more I'm doing these sessions, the better practice I'm getting at grounding in between. You might notice I talk a little bit more in between the sessions, maybe 10 minutes or so per person. And that really helps me, like, bring me back to the moment. Otherwise I get really discombobulated and lost, which is quite funny to witness. And a massive thank you to Viviani, also a client, dear friend, and trainee on the Higher Self Foundational Training. She's also signed up for the intermediate training, which is so incredible. So yeah, that was just a really transformational session yesterday. So thank you, everyone. So much has happened this week. On Wednesday, I shared the podcast that Nancy Lopez from Shift Your Life. We chatted all about like the shifts in our lives since reflecting on the 5 years since we first met in person over near Portland on the west coast of the US, and that was just incredible. Nancy just continues to inspire me, and she's such a brave soul, and has just grown so much since I first met her. And I'd encourage you to watch it. I feel like you get to know me a lot better when you watch these, and also reflect on, the difficult challenges and fear that I've been through to get to where I am now. And also my wife and I, speaking of where I am now, so we were chatting yesterday about just the reflection of just the last 2 and a bit months since I left my corporate job, and that was just really beautiful. I really summarized it as saying the work is even more enjoyable and exciting than I could have hoped. Financially, it's been more rewarding than I could have imagined at such an early stage, just 2.5 months in. And none of this feels like it's narrowing or focusing on one specific area. I continue to expand and try out different experiences. So doing the reflexology and psychic reflexology and quantum healing sessions for people in person, that's just been incredible. And I'm looking forward to the next wave of that. For example, it's been a little bit quiet since I've not been focusing on it and focusing more on my training courses and my online sessions. But the in-person sessions will start again quite shortly. Around the 18th, 19th, I will start doing sessions for clinical reflexology and a lot more in the Naked Revive studio or wellness center, I think it's called, wellness center in Haddington, which is it's a town somewhat halfway between the city of Edinburgh, the capital of Scotland, and the town I live in. So really excited for that. And yeah, just really this week has been a theme of working through my work-life balance. I have decided to work, a couple of really late nights, and I need to make sure that I, rein that in a bit, because I'd say the flexibility I'm definitely living, today, just taking a Friday off is great, and Sunday afternoon, I'm working most of Sunday afternoon, so taking the weekend now, and that feels really good to just do, and blocking out time in my calendar to do it, spend time with my family, that all feels really good, but just making sure that my hours in a week, that I'm not overdoing it. It's definitely harder because the work is so much more enjoyable than anything I've ever done. So that's more of a personal challenge. But yeah, it's just an incredible journey. I just want to say thank you to you all so much for all your love and support, your bookings and your kind donations. And I have tons of capacity next week, and in particular, And yeah, if you want to book a session with me, please do. Send me love.